Well, hello. This is a bit of an unusual video, but I wanted to do this because this package turned up and I wanted to open it with you. Now, I don't normally do unboxing videos, but this one is a bit special as inside this box are several PCBs for a few projects, and I wanted to go through them and show them as a bit of a tease for what's to come. So, I'll be opening this up the first time with you, so I don't know what to fully expect here. I mean, hopefully everything's fine, but I will be inspecting these PCBs as well, and I will discuss each one as it is. There may be some small cuts, but hopefully not too many. Anyway, let's open this up. I should say, don't expect unboxing videos to be a regular thing for me. I don't normally do that kind of thing. I normally make stuff and that be the main project of the video. But for now, this is just a bit of a special one. Also, because this is the first time I've actually ordered an SMT order as well. So I'll be looking at that for the first time, which would be interesting. Anyway, let's open this up and see what we can see. Many things. Now, that's big. Okay, I'll be opening that up very shortly. Okay, well, let's start with this one because this is actually the next project. I'll be doing this one at a time, so let's get that out of the way. By the way, apologies for the dust and dirt. My living room is currently a building site, so everything has got a bit messy in here. So, we'll have a look at this one first. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, you may recognise this one already because I have also been posting these on Twitter. So, this one is my current project. If you want to take a little look at that. It's going to be a hardware monitor for the PC, my PC. And I'm going to be releasing these files on my Patreon account, and the main goal of this project is to have a display-based hardware monitor sitting on a PC that shows all the usual hardware monitor stuff, but it also doubles up for offloading all the ARGB stuff. So all the adjustable LEDs, such as what's on the fan, on the case, or whatever, it now gets controlled by this board. What I'm making at the moment is also an accompany PC program that's going to sit in the taskbar that does all the actual hardware monitoring and dishing out the data to this board, and then this just displays it. This is actually using the same technology as the tricorders, so a lot of the groundwork has actually been done here to make sure that I can get my displays to work correctly and looking right using some of the code from here. But I've got to redesign obviously the UIs to work with this type of thing. It's still fairly early days. Don't expect a video to come out very soon at all. We're talking at least a month, maybe two away before I have this one complete. But now that I've got this, I can start getting on with doing some more work with it, and hopefully we'll have something good to show fairly soon. Now, somewhere in here, though I'm going to have to go searching for it later, is the actual LCD panel. It's a 5-inch LCD panel that sits on the back of this, connects to the connector there, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the moment. If you check my Twitter, you see a lot more information about this. I've even shown like a CAD picture of this and some of the stuff I'm working on with the PC program as well, including learning how to use graphs lately. That's a new one for me. I don't usually do PC stuff. PCs. Yeah, that's the one. Anyway, that's that project out the way. So far, everything's looking good on there. I've got two types of ways I'm going to store my data on there, so I have a backup if the first one didn't really work out. But yeah, I'll go through that when we get to that video. What's next? Okay, so this is actually part of a big project that's very much later down the line. However, I did want to show you this one. Now this is part of a sort of like a multi-project project. I teased about this hugely for the last few videos and online in other areas. Now I'm going to be making a first contact Borg cube model, studio scale model. This is something that I've been wanting to do for several years. It's something I actually bought the laser cutter for, just for that particular project. I'm now getting to the point where I can start making it. Now, this isn't directly the Borg cube model, but I felt with the Borg cube model, I'm making this thing to be about 50 centimeters cube. So it's just shy of being the same size of the one used in Star Trek First Contact. But given its size, I wanted to have... well, given its size and given the amount of time it's going to take to make the thing, I wanted to sort of spread out the project, give it something that's a bit more interesting. So rather than just build a model, which, yeah, sure, I'm sure people like that, and I do as well, I wanted to do something a bit more with it. And that includes filming it. I'm going to do some visual effects shots with it. Now, I used to actually be a visual effects artist. It's something I used to do a long time ago. I don't do it anymore, but I wanted to play around with it. So I want to create the Borg cube. I'm going to do some motion control camera work, filming the Borg cube, and potentially some of the First Contact battle will be recreated as well. Those will all be CG, but the Borg cube itself will be the model. The thing is, though, I don't have any studio lights, and this is what this is. This project is a studio light module, and it's addressable RGBW, so red, blue, green and white LEDs, using 1 watt LED diodes, so totaling a maximum of 27 watts of LED light. And this is what this project is. It's going to be a stuck-up battery powered LED light project. We have the main control board, which has got all the power and software and hardware controls controlled via the microcontroller here, which is again another STM32. We're going to have like a little OLED here, and all the LED drivers are controlled up here using high-powered LED drivers for obviously quite a high current set of LEDs. And I will be making these things to be mounted on tripods or on boom mic type connectors. But yeah, it's going to be like a little programmable. The boards will be stacked up probably about something like that, and oh no, the other way around, like that. And there's going to be a cooler on the back of this display, so cooler on the back of the LEDs here, because these do need active cooling as well. That's why I've got a lot of cooling pass through, and also because I couldn't route it, this is a normal fiberglass board. This isn't a aluminium board, so the cooling is going to be directly controlled, done off the back here, and I'm looking at active cooling as well, so there will be a fan involved in this as well somewhere. Still figuring out the CAD design for this, but yeah, that's the main part of the board and what these are for. I'm actually really glad to see this in person now, because when you're working on it in the thing, you really don't get a sense of scale at all. But now I've got it, I realise, wow, this is actually quite small, but really good. This is going to pump out a lot of light, and I can use these sort of like to do some fill lighting or some almost like soft spotlights as well on the ball cube, and I can control the shade of the colours. I mean, obviously it's peak 27 watts. That's when all the LEDs are turned on at full brightness, so that'd be a sort of a roughly white light. So to tune it, it's subtractive, so you'll be losing light, but I still think at that sort of light level we're talking about quite a lot of light there. So what I'm going to do is probably make about 2 or 3 of these, and if I need to you know, maximize more light, I can just sort of stack them next to each other, and that'll be my bigger light source. But anyway, that's something that's much more later down the line, but I will be obviously covering that in a proper video soon. Well, down the line. Anyway, just so you know as well, these PCBs and all the source files, once it's complete, will be on my Patreon Super Support tier. So if you sign up to the Super Support tier, you'll be able to download these files and build these yourselves as well. I will update the files for these completed PCBs soon, but for now it is just the PCBs. I haven't got the software done yet. Now that's big ones out the way. There's another big one I'm going to quickly discuss, and this is something a bit special because, like I said earlier, this is my first time I've done an order with SMT done as well. It's not a complete SMT build. I still got to do some of it myself. That's because there's a chip shortage, and I've managed to get chips for myself, but I haven't. Can't get them for the reasonable price on the SMT line. So what I've got done, I've had this board designed and populated with most of the passive components. I say most because there's a few components I couldn't get, like very specific resistor values for some like tuning things that I had to get manually, and I will do them manually myself. But yeah, these boards are the first time I've ever had this done. I will be checking this on for the first time as well, so hopefully nothing too bad. But I did really want to show these with you, because for people that follow me more recently, they will be seeing them as something quite special. Oh, that's annoying. That's slightly off angle. Anyway, so this board is definitely quite a special one. Yeah, it's a tricorder. It's actually the latest version of these. So I will be showing, obviously, later down the line when it's completed. Now, this is an updated version of the tricorder from, the unused Voyager tricorder. And what I have done here is redesign it to make it easier to essentially assemble and put together. And the reason why I've done that is because I've had a few more interested people, and I still wanted to make it easier for me, because these aren't, the version that I've been working on here, while works, is still very awkward to put together. This has done most of the work with all the passive components being put on for me, and all I've got to do is put in a few of these, sort of like the main chips and a few of the LEDs and board-to-board connectors, things that aren't usually available on straight off the bat. But there is a tiny little problem, and I literally discovered it yesterday. I use i2 I2C connections for the touch sensors, which are the chips that sit there. And while on the main board, I have correctly put the pull-up resistors on the I2C connector, which is fine. On the board down here, I forgot, which is annoying because I2C requires pull-up resistors. So what I'm going to have to do is scrape off a little bit of the solder mask on a couple of the wires there and hack on the pull-up resistors for the I2C connection, which is it's stupid, it's annoying, it's entirely my fault, but it's an inconvenience. It's not the end of the world. It's annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Far from it, in fact. Anyway, this is the board, and I have just noticed something else different. This is not the correct version. They've sent me the wrong one. Interesting. I wonder what's going on there. Okay. Well, I think the circuit version is correct, but I just realised, because this actually went through a few different versions as I was trying to upload it, and including removed this top bar, but this top bar is still attached, so I wonder what's happened there. I'm going to have a little look at this a bit more. But anyway, yeah, that's the board, and we'll see how that goes. That's an interesting little oddity. I wonder what's going on. Anyway, again, if you want to support me, check my Patreon, and you can use the GoFundMe as well. Links will be in the description. If you want to follow me on Twitter, please do. I actually upload a lot of information as I'm working on stuff there now. That's becoming very much my go-to. But I hope you enjoyed this little video. This is obviously it's a tease of what's to come, and there will be more obviously of this, but yeah, I shall catch you in the next one. Hopefully a video won't be too long away. I want to get this hardware monitor project done fairly soon, so that should be coming hopefully within the next month or two, but we'll see. That, and also again, I'd say all the source files for those will be up on the Patreon. The source files for this sadly won't be, but the other projects, they will be up on my Patreon as well. So yeah, catch you in the next one, and in this troubled times, please, please, please stay safe. Goodbye. Thank you.